Welcome to another meeting of TVholics Anonymous. Welcome back to another episode of TVholics Anonymous. My name is Ruru and I am a TVholic.
My name is Mimi and I'm a TVholic.
Okay, so last time we talked about, I believe it was Atlanta, Summer House, a bit of Southern Charm, and I think we talked about New York a bit as well. So today I just wanted to talk about the Valley and
Below Deck.
Below Deck a bit and
Love Hotel.
Love Hotel, that's it. Love Hotel. Okay, so where do we want to start? Let's start with the Valley.
The Valley. Where to start? It's so much. There is so much going on. That is the most toxic, dysfunctional, like from the get-go, from the first season, it was just crazy. I don't know why I expected anything less, because the people that they threw in from Vanderpump were all the most dysfunctional and crazy people. So it was going to be that. And whoever they hang out with, they're guaranteed to be crazy too.
Yeah, but there's only like Jax and Brittany and Kristen from Vanderpump.
Okay. So yeah, and I take it back a little bit because Kristen is not. She's actually coming out as normal for these first two seasons, which is crazy. But yeah, for sure, Jax and Brittany are just crazy, and we all knew that was gonna be a sinking ship situation.
But how do you feel about who's the worst like demon on that show? Who do you think right now?
I don't know, it's a toss up between. I mean, Jax is for sure obviously a demon, and Jesse is scarily like a demon. Like he's like psychotic, crazy. I mean, Jax is as well, but he is just like, especially when he's doing his one-on-one interviews where they're doing their interview sessions on their own.
Yeah.
He is like crazy. He looks like a demon with his red eyes, and I don't know. I'm just not feeling it, but he is crazy. Janet's obviously quite demonic as well.
Yeah. I think they're the three demons of the show. And I think they're equally demonic and they're equally like terrible. I don't think anyone is worse than the other. I think Janet is very like calculating, and so is
She's still female, so
Jesse.
she can be calculating about it. Like we've all got that in us to be like really.
Can you just make sure you don't touch the mic area of your of your phone? Just like hold it along the side so you don't touch the mic.
Yeah, I'm not.
Sorry, I just don't want our listeners to have like any issues with like listening to the.
No, I'm not.
Pod. Okay. Yeah, you were saying Jessie?
So Janet is still a female, so she can conceal her demonic ways, because women are good at doing that kind of shit and trying to be like really wrap it up in a bow. Whereas it's not, men are not the most capable, so they're all demonic.
I heard Jesse on a podcast. I believe it was Carlos King's podcast. He did an interview, and he was like, it sounded like he had everything rehearsed, and he had like huge chunks of paragraphs. Like he was saying, like he was like basically reciting paragraphs that he wanted to, like how he wanted to come across. So I feel like he's very like American Psycho, like the movie, and he's so calculated, and I feel like he's more calculated and like crafty than Janet. I feel like Janet's just spur of the moment, crafty and slightly calculated, but I think Jessie is very like, there's a different energy.
Janet is, she's crazy, but also like just a mean girl kind of vibe. Like she hasn't grown up from like her childhood energy of being like an 18-year-old, like I'm gonna be a bitchy girl kind of energy.
Oh yeah.
So
Also,
she's like that. She's so quick to push people out of groups and that.
Before we continue, can you make sure you don't use any profanities and talk about any explicit things, because we can't do that.
Okay. I can swear?
No profanities. Just no profanities.
Okay. So yeah, she is definitely a she's just a mean girl kind of energy, which is kind of like a trend, because I'm just gonna like cross over a little bit to Below Deck, because Lara's a mean girl too. But it's kind of like things happen in themes in Bravo, I notice all the time.
Yeah, I think they hire the exact same type of people. like people with the
Yeah, or
same like
every
nature.
season there's like a theme. Like people, there'll be things that run alongside each other, and it's like, oh, that's so funny because it happened like something similar happened in this other program. But okay, so specifically Janet, going back to the fact that she tried to apologize to Kristen, which was a shit apology,
Yeah,
gaslighting
wasn't really.
apology.
But she did the same thing to Zach this episode.
Oh, I haven't seen this episode,
Oh,
today's
okay.
episode,
Okay.
but
So it's a ridiculous episode.
but I think that are they going to be going to their trip or whatever?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So, well, I'm just going back a little bit. So she did that apology at that white party that Brittany had, and she gaslit apologized to her. But obviously, Kristen's Kristen, so she's gonna. Then she kind of goes back a little bit back to her, and she's like, "It was really nice for her to invite us to her trip to that or whatever. So I'm gonna come." Or to that her party. Then Janet is just doesn't really care about other people. I just get that feeling because when she was at her party and everyone's coming up to her and she's so just I know it's her party, but like she's just very like self-involved.
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
know.
She's
It's all about
definitely
her.
self-involved.
It's all
Huge
about
ego.
her
Huge
and
ego.
yeah, huge ego. I'm not feeling it. And I didn't get that Buster and Dave or whatever. I know it's an
Da-
American franchise.
Dave
Dave and
and Buster's.
Buster's. Yeah,
Dave and Buster's.
I
It's
don't
just
get it. It's like
basically an arcade, and it's like
an
so
art.
like
It's
ugh,
like a what we would
an
do, like
archaic
bowling
thing.
and arcade kind of place. It felt
Yeah,
like
like
that. When you're
yeah,
little,
when
you
we
do
were kids.
parties. Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind
Um,
of boring to me, the whole thing.
it was a
I
bit
guess they got
gimmicky, that whole
alcohol, so
thing.
they're all excited, and they collect the tokens and stuff like that. It's just like it's so like
It was very gimmicky. I don't know.
yeah, so like 10, 20 years ago.
Yeah, but then
Like
obviously
20
like
years ago.
people are allowed to be like a bit nerdy and have their own little weird quirky things. But
Yeah,
it
but
just added to
it's
her
not
the
my
annoyance
thing.
of her personality. Like it's like of course she's this annoying. Like she's already annoying and everything else, and of course this is extra another layer of annoyance.
I just want to say she needs to get off my screen. Get off my screen. Get away. Okay, I can't
And you
stand her.
think Jason's like Jason hasn't showed that he's an
Oh,
idiot, but he's obviously with her, so
he's with a demon, and I'm sure he knows that he's with a demon, so it's all his fault. Like being with a demon, having a baby with a demon, marrying a demon, continuing
enabling
to
a demon.
enabling. Okay, but this new episode, you'll see that he's not like. We'll talk about it in the next pod, but
Okay,
um,
things change.
he's no, not things change. Like I don't feel like he like stands up for her. Like he does. It's just he's. I don't know.
I
I
do think
can't
of him as a very
explain it without
wishy-washy
telling you what
type of
happened.
person, though. I can see that he would stand up for in a moment. I don't think he's like loyal type of person. I don't
Yeah,
get
yeah. I
that
don't.
vibe from him. So what do we think
Jax,
about
Jax, that other demon, Jax.
Jax and Brittany? So that was quite revealing, that whole conversation when Brittany came to the house to pick up some stuff, and then they openly talked about she obviously came out with his coke addiction,
Yeah.
and he was threw back at her that, well, don't act like you've
Oh,
never done it before and stuff.
we can't really talk about things like that either.
Okay,
Her, you know,
his addiction
drug
issue.
problems. Yeah, addiction problems.
Yeah, so his addiction problems, and he said that she
I
had
mean, we
similar
can if you
stuff.
want to, but then we have to label the pod um, as explicit, so it goes out to less people.
That's
Less
okay
people
because
can see it.
the people that listen to this will be, you know, the
Okay.
audience is the audience.
Okay.
So
Okay. Fine. Then we can use profanities as well and talk about
yeah.
anything.
So Brittany is so then he said that Brittany, it's not like you don't do it, and she was just basically saying that, well, I'm not addicted like you. But that came across to me that they do still like she still indulges, and I just feel really sorry for this kid. Like
Yeah.
I
Like
know
when
she
Jax was running up to him, when Jax came up to him, he was crying because he's literally terrified of Jax. That's what I got from that scene. He's
yeah, he
terrified
was
of him and he wants
crying
him
when
to
he
get away
saw
from him.
him. Yeah, he didn't want to be carried by him. There's something clearly wrong there, and
And Brittany's
they
just
don't know
talking to
how
him.
to censor themselves around him.
Yeah, and Brittany's just talking to who's that? Who's her gay friend?
Zach.
Zach. Yeah, him at the pool, just openly and in front of when they all came around the other day as well. when Jax left, she's just talking openly. She's like, "I don't want to talk about it in front of him," and then she just carried on talking about it in front of him.
Yeah, I know. And even the things like don't kiss him because he I don't want your mouth is being and all that kind of stuff like in
Yeah, but
front of like the
you,
nasty mouth, like she's I mean, what is her son
yeah, but he's
thinking? Like,
basic.
where is Maddie's mouth been?
Yeah,
Like,
because because he's been with a porn star or something like that, I think, or
who cares? Well, you're saying it in front of the
the night
kid, so
before.
the kid's just thinking, where's my daddy's mouth been? Like, he's gross. Like, these
Yeah,
things are not good. These things, it's just not
yeah,
good.
it's just terrible. Like it's very terrible parenting.
I can't. I just feel really bad for the
But it's
kid.
not like Jesse and what's his ex's name? Melissa?
Michelle, Michelle,
Michelle. I keep wanting to call her Melissa, like keep seeing Melissa Gorga in her for some
and like
reason.
any kind of dead basic name works for her.
Oh my god. Well, in the
She's a
latest
shell
episode
of
that
a
you haven't seen
woman.
yet, she's extra dead in the eyes and
She's a
extra
shell of
Game
a
of
woman, and I
Thrones.
don't know if I should blame it on Jessie, but I just feel like she's always been like this. I have to
Yeah,
say,
but I feel like he's also drained the life out of her as well.
maybe she literally has been drained by his crazy behavior. But I mean, I don't think so. I think it's just her personality as well. That's why she ended up going for him in the first place because she's just so basic.
And can we just please just do that thing together? The thing that she said in the last episode. How dare him? How
how,
dare how
how how dare him?
him?
How
How
dare
dare
him?
him?
How
So
dare
iconic.
him? How
How
dare
dare him?
him? Oh my god! And she's got that Amish voice going on. What's going on? I don't know.
Oh yeah, it is quite Amish.
Like, we watched this program years ago called I don't know if
Oh yeah, the
anyone else.
Amish
I don't
people.
know if
Oh,
any. I don't know if we were the only people ever in the world who watched it. I don't know who watched it, but it was so good. It was called
the
City
Amish people.
Amish.
Oh yeah, and they said something that one of the Amish kids said the Amish kids and the city kids can't get
Don't get
along.
along, but they did have a very thick, weird accent, so that's why I'm
Yeah,
referring to Michelle's
I
accent. Is
think
that
they're
must be
not,
the
I think it's like called Pennsylvanian Dutch or something like that
yeah,
accent,
yeah,
or
yeah.
I don't know.
Which
That's where they are,
anyway,
the Amish people
I
in
wouldn't be shocked
Pennsylvania.
if it turned out that she did a couple of years in the Amish world or something. But she yeah. So anyway, her boyfriend. What do we think? Her new
Oh
boyfriend.
yeah, he looks crazy as hell. He's got those
He's not on
crazy
that
like
trip, right?
giant eyes. Huh?
He didn't go on the trip, right?
No, he
No.
didn't.
Yeah. I remember him saying I'm going to opt out of that. But okay, so he's got crazy eyes, and I noticed that at Dave and Buster's when Janet was having a whole spiel, they had a little funny skit about how she has, Dave and Buster's. This is the first thing you need to do, then the second thing, then the third thing, and you need to know that you need like this. They have like a fanny pack that where you put your all your stuff,
Oh, your tokens.
tokens and stuff. And he was like, he basically, there was a moment where he clocked the camera and he looked directly at the camera, which is like, breaking the
Third wall. The fourth wall.
fourth wall, yeah,
Kind of.
moment, which they can do, I guess, these days. But it was really funny that he did that. Do you know what he really reminds me of?
What?
Joel
A bug.
McHale, but like the most crazy version of him. It's just the eyes, like he does his weird things, like with
Oh
his
yeah,
eyes
he
and
does.
stuff.
Yeah, he kind of does look like Joel
But the
McHale.
worst version of Joel McHale, because he's got no personality similar. Joel McHale's actually
But
funny,
yeah, he's actually funny.
but he does
Um,
look like him.
yeah, I give you that.
And do
Now,
you
what do you
get this
think?
theory about the honeys? She was cheating on him. So Jesse's theory that she's been cheating on him.
No, yeah, no, I don't care. I don't care. But
I
the
don't.
whole
I
the whole
don't.
point is I don't care. I don't care. I'm happy if she's cheating on him because he seems like a total psychopath.
Yeah, if she has, she should just open up about it all and be like, "I've been with 10 other people whilst I'm with you. Like, you're a dickhead. You don't deserve
Yeah.
me."
And
So
now,
yeah, I don't really
how
care about
dare
you.
him?
Wondering, I'm just wondering if you care, if you cared. How dare him? How dare him?
No, I don't care at all.
I'm
Okay.
gonna say that
Also,
all the time now. When anything happens, how dare him?
yeah, me too. I'm just gonna keep saying that like all over,
Out of
everywhere,
everyone, I
every
don't
day.
think she'd have an iconic moment, but she is so dull. But it's so good that she's so dull. That it's so easy to like just
Yeah,
don't.
I heard that she's gonna be uh placed at the end of the couch in the reunion.
Okay, well, I mean, makes sense.
But
She does.
she had a lot of storyline
Oh,
this
thank
year.
God they're having a reunion this
Yeah,
season. Oh,
they've got a
thank God,
reunion.
they need it. They didn't have one last season.
Yeah, they didn't. Well, I think it's tough for Andy to do all these reunions. That's why they're cancelling all these shows
Oh,
because it's getting too hard
boo!
for him.
It's all fun. Let me do one. I will do one for him.
Yeah, both of us could do one.
It's not a
I have
problem.
so many questions.
They never
I'm
answer
itching
my
to ask.
questions. I have so many. At every reunion, there's always things left unsaid and things that I need to find out answers to. So yeah, let me have at it if I ever get a chance.
Yeah, me
I'll do
too, me
it.
too. Also,
So what
let's
did
talk
you
about Jax.
before that, Michelle? What did you think of when she compared her situation with Jesse to Brittany's, where she was like,
Um,
Jesse's worse than him, and I'm sorry, I'm going through a situation even worse than Brittany's. Um, I think Jesse is worse than Jax.
I think maybe
You
behind the
shouldn't do
scenes
that.
he is. He seems like a secret violent person.
Yeah, but you're not meant to do that with your friends. Like, oh, my situation's better than yours. It just pits
I
people
know you're
against each
not,
other.
but I feel like she is quite traumatized by Jesse Lally.
Yeah, but you don't have to
So
say my thing is worse than your thing.
no, yeah,
That's
that
like
was
when
gross.
you were.
That was gross, but I'm feeling like that's how she feels inside. Like, but because everyone sees that Jax is outwardly a demon, but Jessie is hiding it quite
But
well. That's why
one
maybe
thing
that's why she feels frustrated
she
about it.
shouldn't have said that about Brittany specifically because Brittany is the one who is supporting her and having a
Yeah,
go
yeah,
at
yeah.
Jesse and
But
doing all the stuff. So you're like having a go at the one person that is not actually uh behaving like that. She's actually got your back and saying like Jesse's an idiot and you know.
they're both supporting each other equally. I think I find like watching this season,
That
they're
statement
equally
wasn't
supporting each other.
supported, so that's what I'm saying. In the
Okay,
program,
cool.
yes, but on
Now to
the
Jax. To Jax.
okay, how do we sidetrack that? So Jax is just a selfish person. He doesn't actually want to get any help from rehab. He came out after 2 weeks.
Yeah,
He didn't do the 30 days. It was all just to make him look good and just do
and I
something
think
for the sake of doing it. He doesn't actually think he doesn't think he's actually has a problem and he's a problem. He still keeps saying like I'm only doing it because of Brittany. She's making me be like this. She's like it's always like the blame game.
And what do you think about? I also think that he was mandated by the show to do it as well. I think that they forced him to do it, and that's why he had to go. Part of his contract, he had to do it
Yeah,
because I think
whatever the
maybe he's a
reason,
danger to people on
he's
the
got
set and
plenty
things
of
like that.
reasons to go, none of which are doing it genuinely knowing that you've got issues.
How do you feel about his rage texting of Brittany? Like he's constantly rage texting her,
Oh, it's all part of the same thing. Like rage in front of me, rage text behind my back,
and he's like
bits
coming
about
to her house and like she
chat
had to
shit
phone the
about me to
police.
other people. Like it's all part of the same stuff. It's just different versions of it. So he doesn't shock me. The rage texting thing is like if you can flip a table, whatever you did, and I'm sure he's done more than that. This is just what's
Yeah,
aired and what's come out, but I'm
that's
sure
exactly
he's done
what
far worse.
Dodie said as well, that he's done far worse. Like, but it's not been
They've all
on.
alluded to it. Don't
Yeah,
she? Kristen's always alluding to the fact that she's not shocked like by any of this. She's
yeah, she's
seen it
seen
all
it more.
before. So
Yeah, so I think that he's a demon. He's gross.
and
He's also
he's got such double standards because she is he's angry with Brittany when they've broken up for going out with his like D-list friend or hooking up with her. When he went out with had sex with
cheated
his
on her.
best mate's girl while she was with him.
Oh yeah,
Like,
yeah. He's done
which is
far
far
worse to
worse.
so
Like,
many
so
people.
why hasn't anyone ever said that to him? Like, that would be the perfect time for Jason when he's bullshitting about Brittany when they're in the car, being like, "Well, Jax, you can't keep blaming on her because you've done far worse."
I think
Remember?
that
And then he's
Jason
like, "Yeah,
is
but
a,
I was like that was 10 years ago. So, like,
but
go sort your nose out."
I don't think Jason's gonna say anything because Jason's a pussy. Okay, he's afraid of everyone and he's a pussy.
Yeah.
And he's a lawyer, so he's careful with his
Oh.
words. He's careful with his
Okay.
words because he's a lawyer.
I just had a little thought. Are we done with Jax, by the way?
Yeah, we can just dump him.
Okay, where he belongs in the trash, in the
Um,
garbage. Okay,
Yeah,
so Danny, the revelations of Danny and Mia. What do you
yeah.
think there?
Because
Specifically Danny.
I liked them last year because I thought they were the most normal couple. But now that he's
Well, bear in mind, I've not seen this
been
episode.
grabby, he's been grabbing asses and been grabbing thighs and asses and
He's
stuff.
got a drinking problem,
Yeah,
basically.
he's got a drinking problem as well. But apparently he doesn't drink all the time, but when he does, he goes way overboard and then he's like all handsy. So that's not very good. He's still not a demon compared to the other demons, but I'm sure he can get his way there.
I think it's probably, when you drink, some people's inhibitions go, and I think probably because they like suffocated with children, and they're gonna have another
Yeah.
kid now as well. He probably is not getting much. Like I think it's
He,
like the pent up male testosterone of like
and he's
he
not
needs
in
a
control of
release.
his faculties, mental
So yeah, that's
faculties.
what I mean. So he's probably not getting much. Let's be honest. Which is like happens because he's got knee deep in kids. They're knee deep in kids, and she's pregnant again. So things happen, and so he probably is like when he drinks, it releases
Yeah, but
that
does that
side
make
of
it
him.
okay?
It doesn't make it okay for sure, but I don't think he's. I don't think he is like wired demonic. I don't think
How do
he's
you
like.
feel about
I don't
Nia?
think he's wired in his brain to be a demon, whereas the other
Yeah,
two are.
yeah. How do you feel about Nia?
I think she's really concerned with looking really good on the show and their relationship being good. I don't think she ever opens up to the. She never opens up to the cast about her issues in her relationship, or she
No,
hasn't.
last year she
I
did
don't know
a
about
lot
this
when she was going
episode.
through like postnatal depression and stuff.
Yes,
She was
but
really open then.
she did about herself, but she never said like I feel like this, but Danny doesn't like he doesn't get it, and he treats me and it like I don't like the fact of. I mean, maybe their relationship is perfect, and he just does drink and does his fucked up things. But I don't. I just
Yeah,
feel like
but she's
he
not really
is
talking about this, like the situation that happened. Other
in
people
this
have talked about
episode.
it on camera, but she hasn't talked about it
That's
or
what I
said
mean.
anything
I
about
think
it.
she's
Yeah,
very, and I think it's intentional. I think the cast know if they approach her about it, it will be shut down, or she's probably said, "I don't want to talk about this on camera." I just get that feeling she's like that type of person. She's a Miss World person or someone, Miss Universe or something.
I thought you have to be quite
Pageant.
tall to be in those pageants.
She's a pageant person, so those
Mm.
people always come where they're like prim and proper, like hidden. They're just naturally like that. Like they like to hide things, conceal things, and show their best face.
Okay, I guess. I still like her compared to a lot of the people on the show. I
Yeah,
don't
she's
see
not done
too
anything
much
bad.
bad in her.
Yeah.
Now, what like Jason, like I said, I don't really like him because he's demon. Oh, we've already talked about him, really.
Luke and
Luke.
Kristen.
Yeah, yeah,
What do you
Luke.
think about
Let's talk
him
about.
telling on Danny with that whole
I felt like he did it for because
shits and giggles?
he wanted to take a dig at Michelle because Michelle treated Kristen really poorly last year.
Yeah, I don't know. I find his face like really like conniving. Like when he's doing these things and
Well,
he's
people
like
on the internet said he
smiling.
looks like Van Gogh
Oh yeah, I know. I've seen that. But he
or Van
is
Gogh, as some people say.
when he does things, I feel like he's like smiling. Like when he got that information from Danny, I can just see him like grinning from ear to ear and being like, "Yes, I'm so glad I got this
Yeah, but
information.
e-
I'm going to do something with it." He doesn't have any
yeah, but
loyalty to anyone because he's no one's friend really.
yeah, but even when sometimes when I like say information or like I'm talking to people, I smile at the wrong moment. Like I just
But
out of like unease talking about a situation, I just smile. I just it comes
I
like
feel that, and
a
then he
small
does
smile
actually do
creeps up.
something with it. He does actually
Huh?
do something with the information. So he does that. He smiles, and then he takes that information and does something. So there's follow through with it. It's not awkward. He's
Mm,
actually used it, and he's like can't wait to get off his chest.
no, I still like him. I don't have a problem with him. Now Kristen, what do you feel about Kristen?
I like her. I think she's been
Yeah,
good.
yeah, I think she's
Season.
like
She's
matured
doing
so
her own
much, and I
thing.
feel like she's done really well. Like this season, last season was difficult for her. I feel like this season, like the pregnancy stuff is like difficult for her, obviously. But we know that in real time, like right now, she's pregnant and she's gonna be giving birth soon. So happy for her.
Yeah,
And
it's probably
um,
like a. She reminds me of like parallel with Lindsay
yeah,
in
yeah,
that
Lindsay
they are
Hubbard.
both like they're probably similar ages. They're both like a bit crazy when they're drinking and they're being their natural selves. But now that they've got their kid, they're pregnant. They've kind of like
They probably
um
mellow down.
they mellow down. And I don't know, like it will be interesting to see in both cases, like how they will. I mean, Valley is obvious, like she can have the kid and still be in the program. I don't know how it's going to work with Lindsay, but to be in Summer House, but it'll be interesting to see the other side with them with their kids and how they are.
Yeah.
Um,
Now, what do you think about who's the lesbian on the show that they hardly ever
Jasmine,
show?
no,
Jasmine, yeah.
Jasmine. Sorry.
Yeah, Jasmine and her girlfriend Melissa.
So
They
she,
hardly have any part in the show at all, which is like really sad.
yeah, I think she's a bit. I think she's just kind of there to like. She's a supporting character. Like
Okay, so she's just
at
like a
least she
friend of.
has been in the last 2 seasons. I think now that there's been 2 seasons, like people will probably say that and mention it a lot. So they will either next season like give her more, or I don't
Or
know.
demote her.
I don't know. But she probably doesn't have much going on. I mean, she seems pretty stable in her relationship, and everything seems pretty good for her. But stranger things have happened where people have been, side characters and then they've become a main character and then on masks they unveil all this crap happening in their lives. But from what we see, it seems like she's pretty like happy and stable. So
Okay,
I
how
think
do you feel about? Let's move on to Below Deck because I haven't watched this episode, the latest episode,
neither.
but let's talk about the cast. Like so far, like from what I've seen, I didn't like. So just keep that in mind. Don't tell me. Don't give me any
No, I
spoilers.
haven't seen anything for this last episode as well. So we're at the
Oh,
same
okay.
point.
So how do you feel about Zarina?
Serena is an awkward. A lot of these programs do really well because no one has grown up from their childhood. Like they're stuck in like a
Yeah,
permanent rut of being. She is that 15-year-old who wants to be part of the cool crowd. She said it openly herself, and
yeah.
she's always constantly going to be disappointed with a lot of people in life because
She's got that childhood trauma that she's like
you
holding
keep
within her.
she keeps migrating towards the cool kids, and the cool kids keep swatting her away. That's her life until
It's
she
it's
like
just because she's I don't think there's anything wrong with her. I think she's just like she's authentically herself, and
she's
people that are
quirky.
authentically themselves, they kind of like leave themselves open to be like judged harshly by others. Because a lot of people are guarded. Most people are guarded, and they don't show their full selves like Zarina does. So they're not open to criticism.
She's quirky. She's a little bit. She is really authentic though. Like I
Yeah,
don't think she behaves in any other way with other people, like her
yeah.
friends outside
She
of the
is. Yeah,
shows.
she is what she
So,
is to everyone.
but everyone else is so concerned with like putting like for sure Lara is a different person away from the camera, and
Yeah,
so she's like, "What are you doing?" kind of thing. You're so embarrassing on the camera. That kind of attitude, and then that just seems like
for
Mean
sure.
Girl.
I don't like Lara at all.
So
I need to get off my screen. I'm just
I
want to say
can't
that. Get
stand
off my
her.
screen. I can't
I
stand you.
don't. That whole situation with how she wouldn't put Marina on service. Talk to me.
Oh yeah, so Marina on service. I feel like that might have had some racist undertones to it. Also, it might have had some like, the click like she like I only want to include like tall, hot people and people that I consider like attractive and hot and they should be like front facing towards like, service the
Yeah,
service part, and you could be in the background because you're an ugly troll or something like that. She felt because you're like, you know what I mean?
but
No,
Marina's so
I
pretty.
don't
So
think she's an ugly troll, but I'm saying that's what she must think because what the other one's a model. What's the other girl's name? Brie. Yeah, she's a model.
she's got a
That's why.
bland personality as well. But
Yeah,
okay, so okay, I see and I hear and
but
I think there's like elements to all of everything you said is that's true. I didn't really think about it to be fair. Like is there some sort of like a what is it called?
racist.
Racist undertone, but it's not. The term is like she's not aware of doing it. What is it called?
Yeah.
But anyway, so I didn't think that, but she needs to be aware of how things can come across. Like,
Yeah,
there's no reason, and especially when your captain's told you like twice or three times, however many times it is, why so resistant? Like, unless she's actually made a mistake and like she's done something and it didn't go well, there's no reason to not give her a chance. And
exactly.
it's working out well, right? And we now know Bree's actually shit in laundry and all that kind of stuff. So,
Yeah, but I didn't expect
I've
her to
never
be good at
seen
it because she's never done it on
no
before.
But there's no, I don't remember any of the chief stews in any of the Below Deck
Seasons never
franchises
swapping anyone
where
out.
they, yeah, and never swapping anyone out, but also never saying like openly that I don't want to give, like, Jason's whole point was let's skill people up. Let's get them
Yeah.
better. What is it? We have to do that. And I've never said, when anyone said that, or if they didn't think about it, and any of the other chief stews had that comment made to them, they'd be like, yes, and receptive. Like they always talk about, like, I want to get everyone better. Like, you know, if you want to one day be chief stew, you need to be able to do this. So
Yeah,
she
because
just
they get their
like,
epaulets
it's like
and they can go up,
she's
can't they?
she's just self-serving, and she that's another sign of a mean girl, because it's like, I'm the best, you know your place down there, you're never going to get to my level kind of attitude, and I don't like that.
Yeah. I don't like that at all. I don't like her, and she needs to get off my screen. Get off. Bye.
But
Bye. Go.
she's also weirdly not confrontational. When there's been confrontation, like when it got to the heated point, she always runs away
She
and
doesn't.
cries.
She's not
She runs
confrontational like
away and
that. She goes
cries.
behind people's back, and she's
Very
like that.
passive,
Like,
aggressive.
yeah,
But when it comes to her face, like if Zarina says anything, she starts crying.
yeah, yeah. It's
So it's
pathetic.
really weird. She's like, I don't know. But she
I
already
have
said as
a
well.
confrontational style, so I'm like directly in your face. So I don't like people that like behind the back kind
Behind
of
the
thing.
back.
I think it's really like evil and sneaky and like conniving.
Speaking of,
Um,
what about the lipstick situation? Lipstick, lipstick. You know,
yeah. Oh
reminds
yeah,
me of
she
that other
keeps.
girl from
Yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. But yeah, what's her name? What was Faye?
Adventure.
Faye from Adventure. For Adventure. What's going on,
Adventure.
Adventure?
Yeah, and
Wait, why
everyone
do I
must
keep
put
saying
lipstick
Adventure?
and put their makeup on before we see the guests. But
Um. Okay.
she, yeah, that was another mean girl thing to do. Like, you're trying to get Alicia on your side. I can't stand her. Ah. Lara.
Okay, yeah, the whole lipstick thing. I think that was gross. That she just basically she's using Alicia. Is it Alicia?
Yeah,
Alicia
as a pawn.
as a pawn in her war against Zarina, and that's so gross. And Alicia is too
Trying to,
young and too dumb to realize what's going on.
and she's got really nothing to do with Alicia. Like, leave her
Yeah,
be. It's not her department. It's only Zarina and her. Like, go deal
I
with your
really feel like
people.
this is the best time for Zarina to go tattletale to Jason, Captain
What is she
Jason.
gonna say? So she gave him her lipstick. Jason.
No,
She gave
no,
Alicia
she can
lipstick.
just be like, I've told her not to
Get involved, yeah, that's
meddle
true.
in my department, yet she keeps
Better.
doing it.
But Serena will never do that because she doesn't want to disappoint Lara, because then she won't have a chance of being in her clique. A stupid
Oh my
group that no
god,
one wants to be in.
dump that
Serena doesn't
stupid
realise
friend.
no one wants to be in Lara's group apart from you.
Yeah, no one, no one wants to be
No
Laura's
one.
friend. Okay, she's a
No.
loser. Okay, next.
Yeah.
So
And
next,
also, like, the other thing was when she asked, when Jason said, "Can you make sure that you guys clean up after yourselves, like the deck crew?" She made Alessia do that. Like, why are you telling Alessia in another department
because
what to
she's
do?
asserting her dominance,
And
and she gave her something, so she feels obliged to
that,
do something for her.
but that is the example to take back to Jason. Is that she
Yeah,
keeps meddling, and then she told, when you mentioned, "Can you guys clean up?" She went into my department and told Alessia to do that. Okay,
but
done.
Zarina doesn't know
Now,
her power. Like she has the power to, to fix this situation, but she doesn't want to use it, and
I don't know
she
what she
doesn't
is.
know how to use it properly, harness that power that she has. So she needs to work on that, and I
Yeah,
think she'll be all rounded, like better
yeah,
in life.
yeah.
Also, how do you feel about Harry? Harry is not making any moves on Brie at all. Like,
I
what is
don't really
like? Is
know.
he?
He's just like really. He's just like.
Yeah, I feel like he's exhausted as well by like all the things that have gone on this season. Like, he must be so tired and
He
exhausted.
actually exhausts me. I'll be honest. Like, he is like
What?
very like. My God,
Yeah,
please.
I 100% agree.
He didn't have this much energy last season because what's her name was there? Aisha. So she always has the most energy, so she's the
Yeah,
most draining. But he's just always everywhere. His legs are everywhere, his arms are everywhere.
yeah.
He's just
He's
flailing about.
a bit of a
But
coat hanger.
and I think at the moment his new role of lead deckhand's going to his head. Deckhand. What is it? Lead deckhand. Yeah, has
Yeah,
gone to his
I
head.
don't think it's going to his head. I feel like he's trying really hard, extra hard, and then he forgot what he was doing. The other
Yeah.
part of what he was
But
doing.
okay, I don't mean going to his head like he's got ego about it. I mean that he is taking it like
really
he's just
seriously
going
and
a
then
bit
forgetting
crazy with
other
it.
parts. Yeah,
It's unnecessary. Like,
yeah,
you
he's
still
going
have a
overboard with it.
bosun. Like,
Yeah.
really, it's not really that much more involved with what you're doing. You're
Oh,
still
how
just
did
doing
you
what
feel
you're
about
doing.
Weehan? Weehan was the devil. Okay, I'm so glad they got him off our screens because I was screaming at the TV like every episode while Weehan was on it. He was undermining everyone, treating everyone like crap, spreading lies, and like literally being
Gaslighting
a
everyone.
hoe. And everyone, yeah,
He's got anger
gaslighting the shit
problems.
out of everyone.
Anger problems, which, surprise, surprise, all the South Africans have anger problems on
Yes.
this
Oh my God.
program.
What is wrong with South African men? They treat the women like crap, and they also have like baby Australian men as well. They have babies everywhere, and then just dump their kids.
Get away from my screen, brew.
Yeah, brew,
Yes,
brew,
brew.
yeah, brew. I'm so
Um,
happy that he left.
but
That Jason kicked him off.
the
It took
brew
Jason so
thing.
long to kick him off, but weren't you so pissed off about Jason taking so long to kick him off?
Yeah. The by the way, the Summer House cast keeps saying brew now, and I don't know why. It's really annoying me. But anyway,
Okay.
so notice that next time.
Random.
So Rihan, yeah, we're great. It's great. He's gone. Get off my screen. He needs to be on a dating program because
Johnny, I
that's
don't
what he's
feel like
trying
he
to do.
needed to get fired because it was
Nah,
all
I
Weehan's
don't
fault.
either.
I
I
think that
like
was
Johnny.
stupid. There was nothing wrong with him. I can't believe Alessia just moved on so quickly. Straight after he left. Like I thought they had quite a good connection, so that was
Yeah,
just
but
so
realistically, when is
quick.
she ever going to see him again? I
Yeah,
don't really
true,
know
true,
where they live
true.
and what their
When's she
situation
gonna
is.
see this Australian guy ever
But
again
it's a
as well?
romance thing, isn't it? Like, no, I don't think
Yeah.
anyone takes it seriously ever, these things, apart
Okay.
from
All
that one
right.
season when they had a baby. But also, from Below Deck Mediterranean, Gail and the Irishman
Yeah,
with the bald
they're
head,
having a baby.
they're having a
They're pregnant.
baby.
They're having a little girl.
They were actually quite cute together.
Yeah,
Anyway,
they
I
were cute. They were
digress.
cute. Apart from
I
that
digress.
demon, that Liverpudlian demon
Oh,
that kept
Joe!
coming in between them, Joe. Yeah.
I can't stand.
He was a right old demon. I hope they don't invite him. I hope the what was the guy's name again? Gail's partner.
I
I
have
hope
no
they
idea.
basically they don't.
Patrick.
I hope no. I hope they don't uh like keep in contact with that other Liverpudlian demon. Okay,
Yeah,
good.
no,
That's a no. That's a
we
no.
don't like Joe. Down
Yeah,
with Joe.
yeah. Down with it. Get him off my screen. Okay. So who else is there left? The Captain Jason. I
Oh
feel
no,
like he's
no,
been really slow.
the new nerdy deckhand. What do we think
I
of it?
like him. I
Hmm.
don't know why. Who's the girl that he's with right now currently?
Marina.
The Brazilian, yeah, Marina. I don't know why he's with Marina right now because like that was just so random out of nowhere, and I don't know why Marina thinks that she's a geek because she's not like
I
a
don't
nerd
know.
or a geek
I
or what.
think so. We don't know much about her. These people, okay, but I think they're cute together. I think he probably is a person that like he's already said it. Like, I like to be with someone who's loud and a bit more, because he's like
Okay.
the opposite. So I think that makes sense. Um, Also, if he just like works on himself a bit, he could get potentially anyone. Like, if he
Yeah,
had
yeah,
a
I see
better
that. I
time.
see that. Yeah,
He's not bad looking, obviously, and he's not he seems to be fairly nice,
yeah, but I
but
like
he
his
doesn't have
personality.
much game, obviously.
Yeah, but I
But
like his personality. It's nice and
I
sweet.
like, and I love a nerd, like, I really do. So I
Okay
like
then.
weirdness and like
In
but
general, I like people that are like, you know, not like trying to be like a Lara and not trying to be like the cool kids. I like people that
yeah,
are
I don't like the cool kid. I'm
have
not a
their
cool.
own identity.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
definitely not a cool kid kind of person.
yeah, I
Um,
just don't like it. Not that I have not been part of the cool kids before, and not that you haven't been part of the cool kids before.
yeah, but I
But
think
you know, it's not what we like kind of gravitate
we
towards.
can adapt,
Yeah, yeah.
but I'm not. It's not my full time thing.
It's not your
My
thing.
full time personality. I can like
Yeah.
dabble. I can dabble.
Now,
Um,
who else is there on that boat? Captain Jason, I have not liked how he's been conducting his ship business this year. Last year was much
Ship.
better. Yeah, his ship business. Not shit business. Ship.
I like the
Ship
ship business.
business.
Okay.
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 I
Well,
don't think
as
it's
in,
been.
like, you don't like how he's plugging his kimonos.
Yeah, I don't like how he's plugging his kimonos, and I don't like how he dealt with Weehan. It took him so long to deal with that blood-sucking demon.
Is the kimono a kimono, or is it just a top with
Yeah,
like
because
a
it's so
thing around?
short. It's so short. It's too short. It's too short. It's too short for comfort.
I
No.
don't know what's going on. It's like almost like a waistcoat, blazer,
Yeah, it's
thin
not really a
blazer.
kimono, is it?
I
I
don't
think
know.
it's
It's not.
a kid-sized kimono, okay? That's
Yeah.
what he's wearing.
I don't like. Yeah, he's been a bit crazy. Like he didn't pick up on the Wehan thing. I
Yeah, he's
apparently
off
the
his
theory
game.
is like I don't think he's getting on. Like I don't think. I think he misses Aisha.
Yeah, I think he does
I
better
think
with
they were
Asia,
way
and they
better
need
duo.
they need each other
He
to do
doesn't
well.
really like Lara. I'm figuring. Like I don't think he does. And I
Who
think as
does
he
like
watches this,
Lara?
I think as he watches this back as well, he'll see more stuff about Lara he doesn't like. So sorry, Lara, you're not coming back next year. Or they might because she's just so annoying. You know they do that sometimes.
Is there anyone else on that ship? We talked
Um.
about
Oh yeah.
Bree.
So the
Okay.
new Bosun is like. I
Oh
mean,
yeah, that's
whatever.
Alaska. He's just weird. He's
I
just
can't
weird.
remember his name, so that's how.
He's just like a
He's
ha.
like very jaw. He's very like jaw
Joyful.
first. No, his jaw comes at you first before the
Oh
rest of his
yeah,
face.
yeah. Jaw first, jaw first. And he looked nothing like his picture before he came on the boat.
It's kind of yeah, like
Yeah, that was like
he's he's a great person to draw a caricature of. Like I think his is a lot of head. It's
okay.
bobbling all over the place.
Yeah, he's a caricature, and he basically catfished everyone with that picture because he looks totally different when he came
Yeah,
on the
I
boat.
think so.
Yeah. Okay.
I
So
think
I think that's
also the
everyone.
guests. By the way, the guests have all been fairly decent, right? There haven't been any crazy guests.
I don't think so. I can't recall.
Can't remember. I would remember. Um, yeah, everyone's been
Um,
pretty normal.
so far, so
Okay,
good.
are we done
Okay.
with?
Yeah. So let's move on to the Love Hotel now. So
Okay.
actually have been loving this. It's so like light and easy breezy to like watch,
Yeah,
and
because it's no jeopardy involved with this because these people
yeah,
are just like enjoying their life dating. They're not actually
yeah.
looking for something serious. There's not like they've had the kids, they've done everything, so it's just
But we
really
don't really know
easy to
anything
watch.
about Shannon because we don't watch. The only Bravo show we really don't watch is the OC, Real
Yeah, which is
Housewives
a
of
biggie
the
to not
OC.
watch, I guess, for a lot of
Yeah,
people because it's the original. But
yeah,
like it's just been so long that like where do you start with it? And I'm not going to start from the beginning, so
yeah. I don't want to watch that show.
it's not going to
I just don't
happen.
want to.
And we have
And I'm
Beverly
not
Hills,
going
we
to.
have a California housewife program, so it's fine.
Yeah. So how do you feel that talking about her? What's her name
But do
again? I
you like the
forgot.
program? Like the aesthetic? I really like the
Shannon.
aesthetics of it, like the hotel.
Yeah,
Everything's
yeah,
so pretty. It looks so
yeah.
pretty.
Because it's Mexico, it's always sunny and beautiful. That's
Yeah,
why I
but
guess.
it's the lighting of how they filmed it as well, like with
Yeah,
the
it's
flowers
very
and everything. It's
yeah,
like
it's very aesthetically like nice to look at.
nice to the eye.
Okay,
Yeah,
yeah. Easy on the eyes. Shannon. So how do you feel Shannon's doing? I think she's just like I finished watching the second episode, so I'm like leveled
with
up with
Earl
you.
of Pearl.
Yeah.
Well, she's
She's
only
just
got one situation going on, Earl of
yeah,
Pearl. So
she's put all her eggs in one basket. I think that it's his story that like drew her
yeah.
in.
So when I listen to other podcasts and stuff, they talk about how she's quite drawn to like trauma people.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, so I think she
Trauma's her thing.
yeah,
But
trauma's a
she's
thing.
saying
So
that
she connects.
she's going towards something that's different and he's something different and not what her
But it's the only
usual
person
pick is.
that's shown interest in her, really. And she does seem like very the eggs in one basket kind of person. I don't know anything about her, but
Yeah,
from what I
yeah,
take, but
yeah.
she does seem like I don't think she can like just date and like talk to loads of people. I don't think she's capable of like um multitasking like that when it comes to dating.
True.
She definitely would be a jealous type. She's already shown it a little bit with the Ralph thing.
Yeah, she
Um,
was jealous of yeah, because she was jealous of
Luann was it?
no, not
No,
Luann,
Giselle.
Giselle.
Yeah.
Okay, so talking
Um,
about Giselle, how do you feel about Giselle on this show? I feel like she's like guarded, she's like witty, and she's just like her normal self on this
I
show.
think she's a normal self. I don't think she ever wants to like date, really, like
I
date for
think she does,
seriousness.
but I think she's
No,
very,
I don't think she
very
wants to
extremely
find anyone
guarded.
like for like a lot, like for the rest of her life. I just don't get that vibe with her.
I do, but I don't think she feels like she's gonna find that person. So I think she just like kind of like she's I think she's just like doing things for fun. Like think you know what I mean? Everything's like fun and games for her right now.
Yeah, I think she's definitely taking this gig of Love Hotel as fun. But I think she's
Shannon's
generally
taking it
like because
seriously.
she's so yeah, I think she's so cutthroat that it's very difficult to find someone genuinely because she doesn't soften up in the beginning with
Yeah, but she
in a
doesn't. Yeah, because she doesn't
relationship.
let her guard down.
She just goes straight, like she's just like says things how it is and it's cutthroat, and that either puts off. There's very few people that are like completely like, oh yay, like I'm gonna continue this, because they're scared to be shut down like that, like shot
Yeah,
down. Yeah. So I think it leaves you with the small percentage of people out there, unless you know from the beginning like this is nothing serious, so let's just like bang and be done or whatever. So those people stick around, like that Jason who was in Summer House that she was with. He was in Summer House, right?
yeah,
Or
no, yeah,
Winter
yeah.
House,
No,
one of
no,
them.
Winterhouse. Yeah, but I thought that
Like
was
that was he
really
was never
weird.
gonna he was
That
never
was the
gonna marry
weirdest
her or have
situation
babies
ever.
with her, was he? So
Because he
it
was
was
with, yeah,
just
he had a miscarriage with Lindsay before that.
yeah. Oh
Because he
yeah,
was
yeah,
with
yeah, yeah.
Lindsay. That's such a weird jump from Lindsay to
No, it's
Giselle.
not, because like I said, Giselle's not the person. You're not. There's no danger of stringing her along, because I think you just know what you're getting. She's not going to be serious with you. You're just going to do what you're going to do. Have fun.
But I feel
She's
like
not. She's not
Jason
looking
is
for
just
anyone.
like he's a broke guy who's just looking for a sugar mama kind of situation. I think if I haven't got that
No, because
wrong.
Giselle's hot. Like if that's your
Yeah,
extra activity on the
but
side, that's what you're doing a bit on
no,
the
but I feel
side.
like he was doing that with doing that with Lindsay as well, because it's
I
not
don't
like
really
Lindsay
remember
was
much about it, to
poor.
be fair. No, I think
He was
he was
talking
just
about how
being
he
nice
was
and
going between
considerate.
gigs and stuff like that.
I don't
That's
know.
why.
I don't know. But she basically I just think Giselle is like just having fun. Like she's not
Yeah. So
really
what do you think about the
she's
guys
there.
that Giselle's
Her
picking?
her point in her program is just oh yeah,
I
her
don't
point
think
in
that
her
Joe guy is
program.
right for her. What?
Which one? Phil, obviously, if
No,
he's
Jay.
gay.
I don't think
Oh,
Jay's right for her.
oh
I don't
right,
think
okay.
Phil's right for her, but I feel like she could be friends with Phil and Jay. Also, who's the other guy? Roy. Is it? No,
Ralph.
Ralph. He is maybe something she can go for just for fun, but not for a long-term situation, just a short little thing.
I don't know about
She
Ralph.
wants to
I
go for
think
it because she finds him attractive, so let her go for it.
yeah, but I think just generally with like because we're talking about all the women and their what they are, how they're navigating the game, but a lot of them we don't know any of the men, but I just think a lot of them are just here for like a bit of like fun as well. Like it's nothing, not serious. Ralph, I'm yet to determine, but because he gets a lot of attention, he's the kind of person that probably does in life, and he has already in the program. I think he's like the type of person that will go to his head, and
Yeah,
so
yeah,
it's
yeah.
just like I can get any of these, so any of these women, so it is what it is. But so I don't know. I don't know if there's anything genuine there with him, but he is for those women. He is the best looking, I guess that they're saying.
Now,
Um,
how do you feel about Ashley? Ashley, I'm so glad you got away from that demon that looked like Gollum. Um,
Nicholas. Oh, you
no.
mean
Uh,
her
oh, that's
actual
another Gollum.
her husband,
What's his name? Ashley Darby. What's
Schmeagol.
his name? Yeah,
Um,
Schmiegel, whatever. Um, what's his name? It's gonna Michael Darby. That's
Peter,
it, Michael
Michael. I
Darby.
know so basic. Michael.
Oh my God, there are so
Michael.
many things wrong with that man. Like I just can't even begin to explain what I think of him. I
Well,
just
it goes back to the fact is that all of these women are severely damaged by the men that have been in their
yeah.
life.
She has major daddy issues. Ashley. Ashley's got major daddy issues, so I am surprised that she's not going for older and she's gone
But I
for
think she
Wale.
said that she's trying to do something different. But she already said in the program, is when did she say that? She was like, I'm trying to like that's why I
Yeah,
go for young older people, because she
looking for
finds that they're
stability and things like that.
wishy-washy. And when that Nicholas guy was trying to pursue her, she was like, you need to be a bit more like proactive, and like she's like, young people just so wishy-washy. It's like, oh, I'm scared, I'm gonna like, should I ask her, should I call her, do that? It's just like,
But
and the
he's
older
like 10 years older than her. He's like 10 years older
older
than
people
her.
just take charge, which goes back to you got daddy issues, because daddy's meant
Yeah,
to take charge, and that's
and
why you
daddy's
want
meant to look
a man
after
who
you.
takes charge, and then they're gonna take
Yeah,
charge, and then yeah, like treat you like shit and be misogynistic and all that other stuff that comes alongside it, because he ain't actually your daddy, he is your
yeah.
partner. So it's really messed up, and I don't know if how much therapy she's done yet, but she probably needs to finish it off and then find a man.
How do you feel? Like I feel like she could it could be good with Wale. Like, but I don't think it's gonna last.
Wale ain't trying to find anyone for like
Yeah,
for real.
he's not. Yeah, he's not. But
He's not
what I'm
realistic.
saying that you never know what something could like. People can get really attached to each other.
It depends. I don't
in
know how long
short
this is.
spaces of
How long
time.
they're actually there for. I bet it's like a 2 week thing. This is
Yeah,
not like. This is not gonna be like a
I bet
month
it's
kind of
like
thing.
a 1 week thing. It
Yeah,
doesn't
it's
look
not
like
gonna
they've
last
got much
long.
of a like budget for their production. Why did they like buy that $25,000 like meal for Giselle and who was that guy
Yeah,
Jay?
it's bullshit. It's not $25,000. I can't believe it is. But the other thing about Giselle is that isn't she? I'm pretty sure she's with that Nams guy that was in the last season. Like she's been back and forthing with him. Remember that guy that she
She
met?
really loves a conventionally not very good looking man. She she loves a
Jason was
man
good
that's a
looking.
bit fugly.
No, Jason was good looking, obviously.
Yeah, but that was she knew there was no potential in that. That was just a fling for her.
I don't know. Her pickers off. All their pickers are off. Obviously, they've always been off. They
Now,
can't pick a man to save their life.
okay,
Um,
so who do you think is okay? Wait, so let's just go on to Luann.
Luann.
Luann is she's large and in charge, okay, and she
She's
knows what
having
she
a
wants,
great
and
time
she
being
goes for it.
chic, c'est la vie. Chic, c'est
Yeah.
la vie. Sybil.
She
Sybil.
got rid of that guy that was clingy, that Jerry guy
Yeah,
that was
yeah.
really
She's
clingy.
the best person to have a clingy person because she can cut them right off. She'll just do
Yeah,
it. That's how it is.
yeah,
She's
but
not afraid.
she's nice about it and everything as well. Like, and I love that how she's like a go getter. She's a go getter.
Uh,
She knows she sees what she
you
wants.
like
She
to
goes and
surf,
gets it.
Jerry?
She tries
If you want
everything.
to talk from surfing, Jerry.
Yeah, she liked the other guy, but he was too short for her, so he had to
Santa?
go. The
Which
the
one?
yoga guy, Santa, yoga
Santa guy,
yoga
yeah.
Santa. Yeah, so
Yeah.
he had to go because like they had nothing
Yeah.
really. Like she didn't want to not wear heels around him. Um,
Um,
I I think that she would go like she should try Phil, but he's a bit too slow and like California-y for her. Like she's bought more like Manhattan, quick, 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 quick,
he's
everything
the
fast.
only one that he comes across as like the one with money. Like they all want someone with money, and the
Yeah,
obvious one with money is Phil. How he talks about his life and stuff.
yeah, but that's
Seems
why Giselle wanted to keep him around because
yeah,
she's
that's
like,
what I'm
it's
around.
not money.
But they don't go at all. I mean,
Yeah, yeah. He doesn't go with anyone though.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't. What by the way, just talking back to Giselle, what did you think of that conversation with Wale where she was like, what was the word that he used?
What? What are you trying to get at? You're like,
When she was like, oh, is that where you went to jail and stuff?
oh, she's profiling him.
Profiling him. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
she said that as well. She said that I'm profiling. I didn't mean to profile you.
Yeah. I think it's obviously because it's okay because I don't really
I don't
know,
think
like,
she's
because
been with anyone that's been to jail
but
or
she's
prison.
profiling him because of what? He's
I don't know.
young and he's black. Is that what it is?
I don't know why. I think maybe it's because he's the youngest, because there's no other young people on that show. There's no one at all.
It's just so weird. I don't know, like, if that would fly like with other people. I think because she's black, it's obviously. But I found it like rude.
Yeah, I found it rude as well that she asked him. Yeah, I do see some kind of like, you know, like racist
Is
undertones,
that color? Is that the thing that like what
colorism
Sonia was
thing.
saying? Colorism. When Wendy and them were talking about that. I don't know, but
Yeah,
I,
I
I
don't
mean,
know.
like,
I don't know. It just
I
it
don't
seemed
think,
odd. Yeah,
I
I
don't think
found it odd as well.
people can get away with that, but for some reason she can, which I don't know.
I don't know. It did bother me as well, but he said that
He found
you're
it. That's what I
profiling
mean,
me.
and I
Yeah,
think
he
he was
found it
fine with it
offensive.
because or maybe like it's humor between different. It's just being captured, but it's like humor between different ethnicities and stuff, and like cultures and stuff. Like you could say
No,
this
maybe
of
it's
like
different.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
maybe it's like humor between like the young and the old as well. Like, have you been in
So
prison?
yeah,
Kind of thing.
maybe it's reading too much into it. But okay. So going back to Luann. So that was so awkward when they won that shell date,
And no, it was awkward when
and
she
then they
said,
tried
"Okay,
to
I'm
kiss.
done."
Yeah, because when they were kissing,
She
they
walked
looked
off.
opposite ways, and oh my god, it was just so awkward.
Um,
And then what about Ashley and that Nicholas guy? So she's got Wale. That situation's happened and they kissed
I
and
think
stuff.
she wants to keep Nicholas around because he's kind of like a daddy situation for her a bit, and also because he's got money. Because he's
He's
10
the
years
most
older than her.
similar to her.
He's 10 years older than her, but he's 10 years older than her.
He's the most similar to her ex,
Ex,
so
yeah,
that's
because
probably what it.
he looks like a troll, like her ex.
What is wrong with her?
Well, but she
He's a
also dated.
crypto.
She
He's a
also dated
crypto
that guy from
entrepreneur
Summerhouse,
guy.
Luke from Summerhouse as well. So she has dated a mixture of men.
What is it with the Potomac people and Summer House and Winter House cast? Oh no,
Potomac
Giselle
people, they
introduced.
all have
No,
daddy issues, and all with old men.
Jason introduced Giselle introduced Luke through Jason. That's what it was. So okay, so I mean, what do you think of the
No, it wasn't
host?
Jason. No, it was the other way around. Luke introduced Jason to Giselle.
Oh, okay, sorry.
Okay.
Okay. So
Yeah. So Luan. Okay. Now let's just talk about like
now what do you
basically
think
I
of the
just think
host?
no, there was a lot of
Joel.
controversy surrounding him, because he said something about Shannon.
Yeah, I
Um,
heard that. I
yeah,
heard
but
that.
I don't really know much about him, and I don't really know much about her, so we can't really comment. But I was gonna say, what do you? I feel like Luann, like she's just like she's quite inspiring in a way because she's like she just whatever she wants, she just goes for it, and like she lives her life to the extreme fullest. So that's kind of like that's kind of like that's a really good quality in her, like I see.
Yeah, I think
Anyway, so
it's
that
attractive, obviously, for people as well, like the right type
and
of men.
yeah, and also I feel like it makes her really good for this show and for reality TV in general. So I really feel like she
Yeah,
needs
they
to
need
be
to
back
find
on
a
our
way
screen.
to. They want her back, obviously, in some capacity because they put her on Crappy Lake. They put on Love Hotel. So I'm just waiting
But
for the
we need
space to see.
Roni back. We
Yeah,
need
but
the
that's what I'm saying.
original
I'm just
Roni
waiting
back
for
and
this
that
space.
original cast.
I'm just waiting to see for the space to find to see when she's gonna be like permanently like doing her thing. But she is
Yeah,
also very busy. I don't know if it's. I don't know. I don't know. But I think she needs to be on TV
yeah.
for sure.
Okay, now one final thing. Who do you think that so far that Shannon should be with on the show? On Love
Oh,
Hotel. Oh, okay. Now who do you think that Giselle should be with on this show?
oh God, Giselle. Mm.
That's a tough one, isn't it? I'll let you ponder
But
upon
we
that.
don't know
Now,
that. So wait. By the way, this last episode we left on the cliffhanger of the new people coming in, right?
yeah, there's new people coming, yeah.
So they only
So we don't
kept
know, but so
5
far I'm just
people
talking
from
about
the
yeah,
original.
but I'm just talking about so far, like who do you think they should be with? And who do you think Ashley should be with so far?
Wale.
Yeah, Wale. And who do you think I agree with both of your choices so far? And who do you think
Luann.
Luann should be with so far?
The only one I can think of is Ralph that's left. So
Oh yeah,
I
yeah,
don't think
Ren.
Phil is. I
Um
think she'll eat Phil up and spit him out.
yeah.
She's like,
That's a very Luann thing to do. Also, what about Giselle? I think either Ralph or Jay. Like from the pick that she's got right now.
yeah,
She can't really
Jay's
pick
too
anything.
soft. All his feelings will get hurt for sure with her.
Yeah, and he's
Um,
just not exciting enough for her. Like she needs a bit of a bad boy kind of thing because that's what she's always going for.
yeah, the kind of
Like
bad
terrible
boys
men.
that have that pretend to be holy and then they have kids with
Oh,
like
like
the
Jamal.
congregation.
Yeah, Jamal. Apparently he's in
That's
some
the type of
legal
bad boy she likes.
situation or something like that, I think. Or maybe I'm getting that confused with someone else on Bravo.
And
But
what situation?
he's in some kind of like legal trouble or something. I don't know. Or maybe
Apparently
maybe
he
I got it
got
wrong.
some like young like kid like teenager
Yeah, he's
something.
got 6 different baby mamas, apparently. Or 6 different kids. I don't
How do
know.
you not know when you marry someone that they're disgusting, like, and you don't
Because
like
I
them?
think
You
some
don't know these
people
things
just
about them.
really want to believe that things can work out for them, or like they can change the person, or things that this person really loves me, or like they feel like they've got no other options. It's just like that. People get
Mm.
desperate. It's not
Sad. That's a sad place to be in.
yeah,
Like to just like yeah, I don't
yeah.
know.
I don't really understand desperation because like I just don't feel like it's just gross. You can smell it a mile away when people are desperate. It's just to me it's just nasty.
Yeah.
Nasty. Anyway, so that was our little roundup.
Yeah.
So the next one, I think I really want to do like we're really into well, I am really into Korean shows. So I want to just talk about like a few Korean shows that we've both watched. So maybe we can do like a Korean episode next, a Korean show episode because we watched some K-dramas and also some Korean reality TV.
Yeah.
So,
Recommendations maybe.
yeah, and maybe we can just talk a bit about that. And also in that episode, I want to talk a bit about like podcasts that have inspired us to start this podcast as well. So how do you feel about that in our next
Yeah.
episode?
Yeah.
Okay, so you make
Bit of
some
a
notes
mix.
about that, and we can get on with that, and we will see you guys next time.
Okay, see ya.
Okay. Bye.
Bye. See you at our next meeting.